Hello and welcome to Diamond Art Waddell. Happy Halloween, everybody! Today I'm doing a post review of this small piece that I unboxed just recently, and I wanted to smash it out for Halloween, which yay, I've got there. It is a round drill. It's got a lovely texture. I just liked it's nice. So this is a small piece that I bought off eBay. It's a 30 by 40 canvas, not so much the picture, it's a little shrunken. So you can check that out just here if you'd like to have a look at that one. I'll pop that in a little card there for you to go back to. So you can, if you missed that one, you can check out the unboxing. Just in case there's things there of interest, of information you'd like to know that I don't cover in this video, because this is a post review that I haven't really done before, so hopefully I cover some basics. And if there is any other questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below and I'll answer them best of my abilities. Righto, so for this piece, as I say, it's an eBay piece. The glue was sticky enough, but wasn't super duper sticky, but it was sticky enough. Obviously the drills are staying on there, but it just didn't appear that way when you're working with it. It just felt like it was a little average. Something fell down. And it had the clear cover, so that I don't mind working with the clear covers, etc., but yeah, that's where I was going with that one. So the adhesive was okay with it. It wasn't fantastic or anything, but it was okay. The canvas itself, it's a pretty basic sort of canvas that we were working with. I know it has a different sort of texture, but it flattened out quite well. I still have a few little line mark creases in the back, but it did flatten out quite well. It's quite flexible, so that was good. Some features that were on this canvas, other the DMCs, etc., for your symbols, which was handy for those people that like to cover that way. And you had your size, and a very small thumbnail was present as well of the image. So not a lot was given on the canvases, and of course we didn't have an inventory sheet or anything like that. The print of the symbols was decent. There was some areas that was a bit harder, but I was working with a light pad, so that made it fine. But without a light pad and sometimes as those symbols, it was more the white print over the black dark areas that were, and these sort of things were a bit of a hard to read. And there were some symbols that was probably a little bit close to each other, being these ones, these less than and greater thans, both in purples. They're often sort of cross paths, and it was sort of like you had to think a little bit on which one you're on at the time. But that's other than that, it didn't have training circles or any of that sort of marks, which was great because I don't like those extra lines. So when you look at this, even though it's a round drill, you don't see any print coming through the canvas. You can't see it really. It's not gappy, it's not printy coming through, so that's good. You don't get those lines or anything like that through there, which is great. I didn't use the pen kit that came with it. I used my own, but it just was a standard pink pen, so we've all used them before. I used my handmade pen. It sort of matches it, doesn't it? Well, look at that, it blends right into the background there. So I used that with the plastic nib for this piece, and my own trays, which I prefer to use on all my diamond paintings. So as far as the kit with this one, I didn't actually use, but it did come just with a basic green boat kit. Far as drills are concerned, their quality, it's sort of hard to say, because the drills that you use on the piece are quite shimmery and shiny. It's not really great inside here today, but I can see a nice sparkle to it. in general, and the drills are quite good. But having said that, there was a lot of rubbishy stuff in there, so you did have to sort through it. That's just a small sample of some of the ones that were. I just sort of flick everything down into my tray when I'm working on my desk. I have like a little lip area where dead beads go, dead drills I should say go. But I did keep a few just for this to show you some of the missed size. Like things are not just size, they're small. Some just have little flaky lippy things on them. Black was especially difficult colour, and so was this red. So there was a few, I think some of the purple too, but there were some what do you say, drills that were worse than others in their rubbish, as you might say. I don't really do trash as such as in a pile, so to speak, but yeah, so I did pick out just some there just to sort of show you what I meant. So I kit it up like this, and you can see for yourself I still have excuse me, you can see I have quite a lot of colour drills left to use, and I'm finished the piece. So I do have a lot of leftover drills, which are great if you want to keep them. These ones, I don't know what I'll do with them just yet. I haven't, that's why they're not unpacked. I unpack them and put them in zip bags and pop them in my spares, which is probably what will end up happening with these. I often give them to a girlfriend of mine that does diamond painting when she gets stuck for colours. But having said that, because they are a bit average and trashy, what's left of them, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I do have a lot. So the point being is I have so much excess that even though I had a lot of trash, ones I personally didn't want to use, as well as ones that just weren't usable, I still have a lot of drills left over with a finished product. So I think that's the important part. I've got a beautiful finished product, finished, where I'm happy with, and what I got, the drills I put on here I'm happy with. But I still have a lot to choose from if I wanted to continue down that path. So the drills, because you did have some small size ones, I was very conscious of that. So being around, there is always a small space of canvas showing through, but I wouldn't call it gappy. It's sort of hard there, that's very textured, but as you can see, it's quite, they all fit quite nicely. And they've got a little bit of sparkle coming through there, as you can see. So image details, the thing I'm not especially happy about is these cats' heads. I don't really like the use of that burgundy shading idea. In a bigger size that might work, but with the colours that are in the pumpkin being the same as the cats, I just feel like it's all blending a little bit. These dark colours on the pumpkin, don't mind them, but I don't like them with the same being up in here in the cat, if that makes sense. So I have considered taking some of these out and maybe replacing them with either just solid black and losing a bit of the tone and texture that way, and just having a very dark flat image was a thought of mine, but I haven't decided. I'm really happy just to have the actual image finished for Halloween. Your thoughts on that would be appreciated. Should I go just all black, leave it as it is, maybe a different shade, maybe do you know, a deep brown or something rather than the purple? It's sort of hard to say. This part here is really, I do like this part. It's very effective, the sky and the little moon, and that purpley sort of tree image. Oh, I know, what do you call it, dead tree shadows through it. Looks pretty cool. Or whatever it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a tree there and some smoke and stuff off in the background there. So I did like that part of it. The leaves come up okay. Again, bigger image. I think that would be really lovely textured. I do like the colours there. I feel the pumpkin is a little too red, but I like how it brings out the detail of the jack-o'-lantern's mouth, nose and so forth. So, you know, you weigh up the good and the bad to get a great an image that you have. Beauty about these things is that you can tinker with them if you wish to. Far as doing the piece, I found it very enjoyable to work on. It's only a small piece, so I smashed it out really easily. It was not confetti, it wasn't really blocking either. It was just the fact that you could use, because it does use quite a bit of shading. It was areas where you could just work quite heavily in a black and so forth. It wasn't quite blocking, but yeah, it was sort of half and half. So it wasn't too bad in that regards, that you could work on an area and really sort of power out a colour and then move on to another colour. So that was great. If I was to give this how many black cats have Halloween, I would probably give it about a 3.5 black cats. Sort of a star rating as such. Just because it was an enjoyable piece. I do find I liked the image itself. The only thing I suppose is that I would to see it the detail there is probably a bit too small for the piece, but that was my own choosing of fault, basically, not the actual print. And I think just some of the colouring, I suppose that's probably what it is, a bit of the colouring or so forth. But and the drills, it was the annoying part about the drills is that the actual drills have got some really nice shine to them. It's just that there was so much trash to sort through, so that did take more time. So I suppose that's where I'd lose a little bit on it as well. But all in all, I'm quite happy with the piece. I'm going to edge this up and pop that up for Halloween. But yeah, I'm going to wrap that up here, guys. So I'm going to say happy Halloween. Ooh. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked that little post review of this piece. As I said, any comments that any questions you'd like to ask, please pop them in the comments down below and I will attempt to answer those as best I can. And be your life beautiful. Thank you very much for watching. Have a happy Halloween, everybody. Woo! This is Del signing out.